Hi friends, and today we are going to discuss from AS3 cash flow statement ICI study material illustration 12, and of course this is the last illustration, and after completion of this and we can go to the practical questions. So this is the last one for us, and we can discuss how to prepare cash flow statement for this. Okay, right, from the following balance sheets of Mr. Jen, prepare a cash flow statement as per AS3 for the year ended 31st March 2011. So the Mr. Jen, of course it is a sole proprietorship business, and you are given opening closing balance sheets. Particularly in the given sum, you can work out the operating activities by indirect method, so but not by the direct method. If you would like to do by direct method, we need to know the collection from debtors, payment to creditors, operating expenses paid, tax paid, etc. But here in the given problem, and it is not possible to find out collection from debtor, payment to creditor, etc. So that we need to go for indirect method, and by taking the net profit we need to work out. Okay, and you are given opening balance sheet as well as closing balance sheet. Some additional information also provided to you. By this we need to prepare cash flow statement of Mr. Jen. First I will read. You are given first opening asset liabilities, later closing asset liabilities, and you can compare each and every one, and you can say that whether inflow or outflow and what kind of activity it is. Okay, first I would like to say Z capital, proprietor's capital, 10 lakhs in the beginning, at the end of the period 12,24,000. And obviously in sole proprietorship business, whatever the profit earned, it should be added to capital. After adding the net profit, and you can compare your capital which is already added by the net profit with closing capital. If there is any difference, you can say like it is nothing but like your drawings are additional capital brought in. And I can say once again, in case of sole proprietorship business, profit earned should be added to capital. So opening capital and whatever the profit earned, we can add it. After adding the net profit to opening capital, you can compare your opening capital and closing capital, and if there is any difference, you can say that is a additional capital brought in or drawings made, and that is obviously it is a financing activity, either drawings made or additional capital brought in, and that will be a financing activity. Come to the trade payable. Actually in the beginning 3,20,000, at the end 3,52,000, 32,000 increase. Current liability increase, and which is current liability increase always inflow and decrease outflow. So we can say 32,000 increase, where you have to record while doing the operating activity in change in working capital, and there you have to consider inflow by the trade payable 32,000. Jen's loan 2 lakhs rupees in the beginning, at the end of the period 0. If nothing information provided regarding Jet's loan in the adjustments, we can simply say that the Mrs. Jet's loan is discharged. Actually Jet has taken loan from his missus, and that loan being discharged at the end of the period, it is 0. And loan is discharged payment, it is a financing activity unless adjustment is provided. Next, loan from bank also have taken, and the beginning it was 3,20,000 and it was 4 lakhs. So there is increase of 80,000. If no any additional adjustment to the bank loan, I can say bank loan is raised during this year 80,000, and it is also financing activity. That's all. Or come back to the assets. Land 6 lakhs, land is a non-depreciable asset, and 8,80,000 at the end of the period. If nothing is mentioned regarding land in the adjustments, we can say there is a purchase of land by 2,80,000. Land 6 lakhs, 8,80,000, 2,80,000 purchase of land. Okay, next, plant and machinery 6,40,000 in the beginning, and at the end 4,40,000. It looks there is a decrease. Decrease may be by two types. One is by depreciation, second is by sale. And how it is given in the adjustments, we can consider that you also may have the plant and machinery account, and is there any depreciation or sale, and we can record there. If any missing figure is there, and you may find out. Inventory, and you compare opening 2 lakh 80, closing 2 lakhs, decrease in inventory, decrease in inventory, decrease in current asset is always increase outflow, decrease inflow. Inflow of 80,000, and this is also to be shown as an operating activity while writing the change in working capital, and inflow 80,000. And the trade receivable 2 lakh 40, it is increased by to 4 lakhs, 2 lakh 60, 1 lakh 60,000 increase. Whenever trade receivable increase, current asset increase outflow 1 lakh 60,000, and of course cash at last. Come back to the last one, a machinery 80,000, accumulated depreciation 24,000, was sold for 40,000. 80,000 asset with accumulated depreciation 24,000, which means its written down value is 56,000. 56,000 asset sold at 40,000 rupees, which is 16,000 is a loss. I repeat once again, 80,000 machine cost and accumulated depreciation 24,000, its written down value 56,000, sold at 40,000, 16,000 is a loss on sale of asset. And moreover, in the beginning there was a provision for depreciation 2 lakhs, at the end 3 lakhs 20,000 provision for depreciation. Okay, net profit of the year given as 3 lakhs 60,000. Whenever it is mentioned like a provision for depreciation in the beginning as well as at the end, which indicates that they are following to calculate depreciation by not the normal method, provision method. Under provision method, every year entry will be depreciation to provision for depreciation and P&L to depreciation. Otherwise you can say P&L to provision for depreciation also, not the depreciation to asset. Depreciation to provision for depreciation, P&L to depreciation, which means P&L to provision for depreciation. That is the entry we need to write under provision method. In this method, asset always maintained at the historical cost. While writing in the balance sheet, entire accumulated depreciation is deducted and the net value only can be recorded in the balance sheet. But if you go to the balance sheet, ledger accounts, and always it should be at the original cost, not at the written down value. So if you open a plant and machinery, and whatever the written down value given in your balance sheet, while taking the plant and machinery, and provision for depreciation should be added back and the cost value should be taken. Even at the end of the period, while taking whatever the provision for depreciation at the end of the year, that should be added back and you have to take it. Because I said that in case of provision method, entire provision for depreciation should be deducted from the cost of asset. Written down value should be shown in the balance sheet. But if you go to the ledger to plant and machinery, it is not at the written down value, it is always cost. Entire accumulated depreciation in the provision account. So therefore, while having the plant and machinery, while taking the opening balance, and you have to record at cost price. So which means written down value add provision for depreciation. Of course, in the beginning as well as at the end also, right? So that is simply and what we need to work out. And this is the put the heading cash flow statement of Mr. Jen for the year ended 31st March 2011. I said that by the given information it is not possible to handle by direct method and you may go for indirect method. Okay, cash flow from investing activity and financing activity, and according to the given information, and yes, you can opening capital will be added, the net profit added. Let us compare both. You may find out the either drawings or capital, additional capital brought in. So trade payable account not necessary. Gen loan is being discharged. Loan from bank generated, again financing activity 80,000. Land is very clear, purchased by 2 lakh 80, investing activity. Plant and machinery account, definitely additional information provided we can work out. Inventory account not necessary. Trade receivable account is not necessary, and of course cash account is also not necessary. Only the fixed asset, plant and machinery account and provision for depreciation account also you can maintain. And meanwhile, let us find out, is there any drawings made by proprietor or otherwise additional capital brought in, we can work out simply, right? Okay, now after completion of the related working notes, we can go to the cash flow statement. First, you can have the plant and machinery like this. And I would like to take the opening plant and machinery like 2 balance brought down within brackets, you can take it. In the beginning, and the plant and machinery 4 lakh 40 plus after provision for depreciation, deduction of provision for depreciation. In the beginning, the provision for depreciation was 2 lakhs. In the provision, in the beginning, opening asset, plant and machinery, 6 lakhs 40,000. It is 6 lakhs 40,000 plus provision for depreciation. In the beginning, it was 2 lakhs. Add back the provision for depreciation, then it comes to the cost price, 8 lakh 40,000. Similarly, you can work out at the closing also by balance carry down after accumulated depreciation being deducted, and of course it is given at 4 lakh 40,000 plus if accumulated depreciation being added, it is 3 lakhs 20,000 and it comes to the cost price, it is 7 lakhs 60,000. 7 lakhs 60,000 and you can take it. And moreover, whenever at the end of the period it is given a machine depreciation 80,000 cost, not completely, only 80,000 cost, sold, which is accumulated depreciation 24,000 and sold at 40,000. Now that in provision method, whenever sale take place, entire provision for depreciation for that asset should be transferred from provision for depreciation account to asset account. Entry provision for depreciation account debtor to asset account. In the asset by provision for depreciation, provision for depreciation 24,000. The asset which is sold, and that particular asset total accumulated depreciation should be transferred from the provision account to the asset account. Then it comes to the written down value. Then we need to write the sale proceeds amount, bank account debtor to asset account. In the asset by bank, by cash or bank, 40,000. 40,000. And moreover, we can say this is 80,000 minus 24, 56,000 written down value, sold at 40,000. There is a loss of 16,000. Entry P&L to asset. In the asset by P&L, within bracket loss and 16,000, and all the sales particulars are provided. And of course, if both sides are tallied, and then that is okay. And if there is any shortage amount here, and you may say it is there is some purchase also, but if you check it and both the sides it is equal, and 8 lakh 40,000. And you may go to the provision for depreciation account also, and opening balance you can take, and it was 2 lakhs rupees. By balance brought down 2 lakhs. Closing balance, 2 balance carry down, 3 lakh 20,000. The asset which is sold, that particular asset depreciation transferred to the asset account, for which entry provision for depreciation to plant and machinery 24,000. For current year depreciation, P&L to provision for depreciation. In the provision for depreciation by P&L, as a balancing figure you can work out. By P&L, this is a balancing figure, 3 lakh 44,000, 3 lakh 44,000 and 1 lakh 44,000 provision for depreciation for the current year. Okay, so this is what the loss. This is the sale proceeds of the plant and machinery. Okay, and come back to the lastly, let us come to know any additional capital brought in by the proprietor, otherwise drawings made by the proprietor. Let us take that what was the opening capital given for the proprietor Jen. Opening capital 10 lakhs. Add net profit during this year. Add net profit earned during this year. In the sole proprietorship, profit earned always should be added to the capital, 3 lakh 60,000, and therefore this is 13 lakh 60,000, and obviously the capital should be 13 lakh 60,000. If you compare this capital with closing capital, Still increase, I can say additional capital brought in. Decrease, I can say drawings, but here it is 2 lakh 12 lakhs 24,000 less closing capital 12 lakh 24,000. So therefore difference amount we can say drawings made by the proprietor during the period. It is a financing activity. 1,36,000. 1,36,000, it is a financing activity. That's all. Once this working notes is completed, you can come back to the activities one by one. First let us finish this and we can go to the remaining two also. First come to the operating activity. First let us take that net profit given as 3,60,000. Obviously non-cash items, non-operating items should be withdrawn here. Non-cash items means depreciation, add depreciation and appropriations. Depreciation on plant and machinery. Plant and machinery 1,44,000. Depreciation amortization should be added back. Okay, transfer to general reserve, any transfer to provisions also should be added back, but no like a provision for bad debt, something like that. And non-operating items to be withdrawn here. So non-operating items, there is only one, like no interest payment, no interest interest dividend paid, interest dividend received, not there. Profit loss also should be withdrawn, and there is a loss on sale of plant and machinery to be withdrawn here. Loss means it reduced the profit, it should be added back. Add loss on sale of plant and machinery. Loss on sale of plant and machinery, that is 16,000. And of course here we can say no more items to write here. The resulting amount we can say cash flow from operating activities before working capital change. Okay, and therefore here we can say this is total is 5,20,000. We can call this is cash flow from operating activities before working capital change. Next go for add or less working capital change. Working capital change, simply current asset increase outflow, current asset decrease inflow, current liability increase inflow, current liability decrease outflow. Very importantly, while taking working capital change, cash and bank and even cash equivalents difference should not be taken. Provision for tax, proposed dividend difference also should not be taken. They are not like current liabilities, and you should not take here. Okay, so then add or less working capital change you may consider here. See what are the different items given here. One by one we can check it. So first come to the inventory. There is a inventory decrease by 80,000, which is inflow. Decrease in inventory. Decrease in inventory 80,000, which is I can say inflow. 80,000 rupees. Trade receivable, and again it is increased by 1,60,000. Inventory decreased by 80,000. Trade receivable increased. Current asset increase means outflow. Current asset increase in trade receivable. Increase in current asset, outflow 1,60,000. 1,60,000. Need not to take the difference between cash opening closing. Come back to the only one current liability. Opening 3,20,000 trade payable, closing 3,50,000. Current liability increased, which is inflow. Increase in trade payable. Increase in trade payable, which is inflow, and that is by 32,000. Okay, write the net amount in outer column 48,000. 48,000, and it looks like outflow, and out of 5,20,000, 48,000 is deducted. Net amount 4,72,000. Normally we can say this is a operating activities, net cash flow from operating activities before tax, and tax should be paid, but no information regarding tax here. Therefore we can straight away say this is a net cash flow from operating activities. $4,72,000. Okay, is it clear? Then come to the first investing activities. What are the different assets? Purchase and assets and investments, purchase and sale, and interest dividend received. So very clear, there is a cash paid for purchase of land 2,80,000. Cash paid to purchase of land 2,80,000, whereas plant cash received by sale of plant and machinery. Cash received by sale of plant and machinery 40,000. So this is 40,000. Okay, and that's all. Only these two activities to write here, and the net amount you can write in outer column. This is 2,40,000. And this 2,40,000 we can say net cash flow from investing activities. Come back to the cash flow from financing activities. So cash flow from financing activities actually come back to the Z loan 2 lakhs earlier, but right now 0. Repayment of Mrs. Z's loan. Z's loan 2 lakhs. Repayment of Mrs. Z's loan. Loan from bank again taken 8,000. Loan from bank inflow 8,000. Loan from bank inflow, which is 80,000. Okay, and moreover drawings made during the period 1,36,000 by the proprietor. Drawings made during the period, it is also financing activity 1,36,000. Therefore net outflow we can say 2,56,000. 2,56,000 we can say this is what net cash flow from financing activities. Okay, out of these three activities we can say when 1, 2, 3 out of these three activities you consider, we can say net decrease in cash during the period, net decrease during the 24,000 rupees outflow. For this add opening cash equivalents, add opening cash and cash equivalents. The result should be closing cash equivalents. Opening cash given at 80,000. Therefore closing cash and cash equivalents 56,000. And this is a simple way to solve that 12th question or illustration 12, and all the illustrations are being solved. We can go to the practical questions, and if you can observe that clearly, and if you are very strong in the basic concept what I have given in the very beginning class, and I definitely say that not only illustrations, not only practical problems, you can handle any number of sums, but you should be very strong enough so in the theory part which I have given in the very beginning class. Okay, so and please go through the playlist and watch the first class, and then follow all the remaining, all the illustrations are completed right now. After completion of this, we can go to the practical questions. I think around 3 to 4 practical questions are there. After completion of this topic, we can go to the next topic. Okay, bye.